You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
It was a statement win for the Minnesota Golden Gophers on Saturday, as they completely overwhelmed the Northwestern State Demons in Minneapolis. The game didn't even make it to the final whistle because of severe weather in the area, but by the time play was called with just over 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Gophers had already secured a 66-0 shutout. The tone of the game was set immediately. Literally on the very first offensive play, John Nestor, a defensive back for Minnesota, jumped an out route and returned the interception 29 yards for a touchdown. That pick six was just the beginning of an avalanche. Before the first quarter ended, Minnesota had piled up 5 touchdowns and held a 35-0 lead. That marked the most points the Gophers have scored in a single quarter since at least 1973. Quarterback Drake Lindsey had an efficient afternoon, completing 8 of 9 passes for 139 yards in 5 series. He spread the ball around, with 9 different receivers recording catches. On the ground, the Gophers used a committee approach, with 10 different backs getting carries. Grant Washington led the rushing attack with 126 yards, though the team did face a concerning moment when star running back Darius Taylor left the game early after appearing to tweak his hamstring. Coach PJ Fleck later suggested it didn't seem too serious, but his status will be closely watched given his injury history. Minnesota's defense was as dominant as the offense. Nestor added another interception, Matt Kingsbury scored on a 25-yard fumble return, and the unit as a whole racked up 6 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. By halftime, the score was an eye-popping 59-0, and the Demons had managed only 2 first downs. At the final tally, Northwestern State finished with just 42 total yards of offense. It was clear from the opening minutes that Northwestern State was overmatched in the trenches. Their first 9 possessions ended with either turnovers or 3-and-outs, and their brief momentum from a season-opening win over Alcorn State quickly vanished against Big Ten competition. For Minnesota, this was the kind of game that allowed depth players to see the field, but more importantly, it showcased a defense that has allowed just 183 total yards through 2 games this season. As Nestor put it after the game, the defense set the tone and kept raising the standard throughout the whole game, adding that they believe they can match up with anyone in the country. Now the Gophers turn their attention to their first road test of the season, traveling to face California next weekend. Northwestern State, meanwhile, will try to regroup before heading to Cincinnati, but for now, Minnesota can savor one of its most lopsided victories in recent memory. A 66-0 rout that won't soon be forgotten. Stay subscribed for more videos.